Welcome to BattleStar Galactica, soldier. Your career starts here. Hope you're ready for one hell of a ride.
And so begins Microgaming's latest big money slot, BattleStar Galactica. Hi there everyone, this is Simon again. Thanks very much for joining us. Hugely excited today to be able to bring you this review of BattleStar Galactica. It's probably my favourite game at the moment. I've just been playing it a lot. Hugely in depth, lots of features and lots of stuff to get stuck into. Because of that, this review is going to be slightly different to the previous videos we've uploaded. Microgaming describes BattleStar Galactica as an advanced slot game, and it's certainly that. Previously I've been able to kind of take you through various features and show you various things as I've played the game. I'm just not going to be able to do that at BattleStar Galactica today, I'm afraid, because there's just so much to look at. So what we're going to do instead, I've put together sort of like a video montage of the main features, which I can talk you through now. But I would encourage you to head down to your favourite Microgaming casino, try it out for yourself. There are so many levels, so many different features to have a look at that it's definitely worth checking out. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're not quite sure what the best Microgaming casino to play this at is, then check under the video. We'll have a link there that's continually updated to take you through to a casino that's offering you a good deal. Okay, so let's get started with the basics of this. The slot is obviously based on the TV show BattleStar Galactica. It features all of the main characters that you can see on the screen at the moment as they're spinning through, including Starbuck, Apollo, Baltar, Six. The game itself is a 5-reel 243-way game. Now, Microgaming have been really big on their way games recently. If you haven't played a way slot before, they're very easy. They're very similar to a traditional payline slot, other than the fact there are actually no paylines in the game. With a payline slot, your symbols need to be connected by an active payline for you to trigger a win. With a 243-way game like this, as long as those symbols are on adjacent reels, it doesn't really matter whether they're sort of connected at all or not. Betting options for this are fairly good. The coin size starts from 1 cent, go up to 5 cents, meaning that there's a maximum bet of each spin of $15. That makes the game a sort of a medium variance slot, so it's possibly not ideal for high rollers. But if you're looking for fairly frequent average payouts, then this is certainly a good game to be starting with. The game includes both wild and scatter symbols, which evolve the more you play it. So if you're in battle mode, which we'll talk about in just a sec, the wild symbol can actually be split in two, or it can expand across entire reels, making the chances of you getting a cash payout that much better. The scatter symbol leads to a free spins game. It's not re-triggerable, unfortunately, but you can add additional spins once you're in the feature. Arguably one of the most impressive features the game has, though, is its career mode, which really kind of rewards you for playing the game. Basically what happens is when you first start playing, you're ranked as a lowly civilian, and the more you play, the more promotions you get until you can work your way up to the position of Admiral. You can keep on track of how close you are to your next promotion via the blue bar that's at the bottom of the screen. You can see in these screenshots. Basically every time you make a spin, that blue bar fills up a little bit more, and when it gets to the end, you're in line for your next promotion, as you can see here. And why do you want another stripe on your shoulder? Well, every promotion you get unlocks new animations, new rich media content, which is accessible through the game, so the replay value is really high here. The other exciting thing about this is that BattleStar Galactica will actually remember you when you come back. So you don't need to worry about turning the computer off at the end of the night and losing all your rank. When you come back the next day, you'll be able to pick up from exactly where you left off again. Now, I mentioned fight mode previously, and I just want to come back and have a quick chat about the 3 different modes that are in the BattleStar Galactica game, because they're integral to the way that the whole slot works. We have 3 different modes: normal, which is where everybody starts off at. We have a run mode and a fight mode, which are triggered randomly as you play. Now, both the run and the fight mode have a number of different features which are unique, so let's have a quick look at them. Now, the first mode you'll activate will be run mode. It can be triggered at any time. But don't worry, you won't miss it when it happens, because it will look something like this.
Attention! Inbound greatest contact. Rated highly probable enemy ships. All hands stand by for battle maneuvers.
When you're in run mode, you'll see that the reels have this green sort of tint around them. When you see this, there's a couple of things you want to take advantage of. Firstly, all wins pay left to right and right to left, which is a great feature for the game. Essentially, it just means that you can really rack up a bankroll much more quickly than you would do normally. The other thing you want to be aware of is that you'll find an additional symbol on the reel. It'll be on the third reel and it will look like a digital timer. It's an FTL symbol and you really want to try and land that if you possibly can. When that happens, you'll turn all the royal symbols into mystery symbols, which again can lead to a really quite lucrative payout. Again, if you manage to do that, you're not going to miss it. You're going to be greeted with another great animation, which looks like this.
You know, everyone I know is fighting to get back what they had. I'm fighting because I don't know how to do anything else.
Now, let's turn our attention to fight mode.
Inbound Cylon Raiders. Launch alert, fighters. Broken formation, razzle-dazzle. Stand by for enemy suppression barrage.
Now, fight mode is only accessible through run mode. So you're going to have to work a little bit harder to trigger it, but once you're there, it's certainly worth the wait. In fight mode, you'll find that symbols start to go wild randomly, which increases your chances of spinning a winning combination. You'll also find that the traditional wild symbol starts to split out into a double wild, again increasing your chances of winning. Perhaps the best bit of fight mode, though, is the free spins feature. Now, we mentioned the free spins feature earlier on, so let's have another look at it now they're actually in fight mode. Free spins occur when you spin a minimum of 3 scatter symbols, which are the starfighters, anywhere across the reels. You get up to 15 free spins depending on how many of those starfighters you actually manage to get. Now, we mentioned that the free spins are not re-triggerable, which is a shame, but they do come with a 3x multiplier, and when you're in fight mode like this, you have the opportunity as well of adding to the free spins that you initially start with. Now, this is done in kind of a neat way. Rather than just sort of giving you the free spins, as you can see on the screen at the moment, we're treated sort of like an on-screen battle. And each time the BattleStar Galactica slot takes down an enemy fighter, you get awarded an extra free spin, 2 free spins, up to an extra 5 free spins at any one time. Seeing as we're talking about on-screen animations and the like, it's probably now a good time to bring up the rich media that you'll find in BattleStar Galactica. I really hope that you've been able to get a feel for what it's like just from what you've seen already in the video, but it really is worth bringing up in its own right because it's really quite impressive. I think over the last few years, all the major software providers have had to really up their game in terms of the slots that they're producing, and perhaps the best example of this is the likes of Microgaming and Playtech, who seem to be continually trying to push the barriers of slots, and BattleStar Galactica is certainly no different to that. The rich media in this is very impressive. You get this lovely rich soundtrack that goes throughout the game. The animations on the reels that I guess we've come to expect are still there. They're very smooth and that's great, but you also get huge great clips of video footage which look excellent on the big screen, such as this.
We don't have a minute! The fire reaches the hangar pods, it'll ignite the fuel lines and we'll lose the ship. Do it!
Right, well, unfortunately, I think I'm probably going to have to leave it there. BattleStar Galactica is one of those slots that I could talk about for ages, but I think I'm probably going to end up with a video that's too long to put up on YouTube. I do hope the review has given you kind of an idea of why this is such a welcome addition to the Microgaming slot range. I personally think it's one of the best slots that's come out for a while. As I mentioned at the beginning, though, I don't think a video can necessarily do it justice. So I would urge you to head over to your preferred Microgaming casino and give it a go for yourself, because I don't think you'll be disappointed. So I reckon you should probably have a fairly good idea of what the slot looks like now and how it works. What I'll do is I will just finish the video by giving you a look at the various pay tables so you can get a better idea of what all the symbols do and what they're worth. In the meantime, if you have any questions at all or you have any comments about the game, do please post them up. It'd be good to hear from you, and we'll obviously reply to you as soon as we can. Equally, if you have any suggestions for further reviews, please let us know. Otherwise, thanks very much for stopping by, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Bye.